Hey everyone, my name is Matt. Welcome to my channel. As you saw by the title, can a millennial be financially free? Was the question that was asked. And I am here to tell you, yes, that is possible. That is one of the journeys that I'm on and continue to be on, that I have become these past couple of years financially free. I am debt free outside of my home mortgage. And I'm here to tell you kind of how I did that. So now, before I talk about how I got debt free, I kind of want to get a little insight to what I was before that journey. When I got into my career field, I was living paycheck to paycheck pretty much. I was living that life. We got out. I was building my credit score. I was maximizing my credit cards. I had about 6,500 in credit card consumer debt. I had a car loan of about $17,000, and I had my student loans on top of it, on top of just anything I would just buy randomly that day, or I go shopping and buy some, new clothes, shoes, anything, just out living the life. I got this new career field going. I finished my college degree and I got that bigger income, and I just started spending a lot and living paycheck to paycheck with nothing really happening with savings. No one taught me about this thing called retirement. And when I purchased a house, that was probably the tipping point where trouble started happening. When I first got the house, I had a big plumbing issue that cost me about $2,000 plus at the time. And then I had a car issue on top of it that cost, at that time, it was about $750. And I had no money. I didn't know what to do. It was kind of depressing. I went into work. I started working overtime now. Now I'm picking up this overtime to pay for stuff that's broken and stuff I can't afford. And I was becoming miserable. I was not happy at times. I was getting irritable, and that just wasn't me. It wasn't, I got into this career field. I'm happy kind of doing what I'm doing in it, and it just wasn't me. So a coworker actually came up to me, and I think I was explaining kind of my situation, stuff was happening, and she gave me a book. And this book was The Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. He is an internet radio host, and he does YouTube, a lot of podcasts and stuff, and he talks about this financial Peace University that he offers, but his whole idea is this financial freedom, how we can become debt free. So lo and behold, I read the book right when I got home, and it took me all night. I read it, and I was in. I was all in. I'm like, I want to do this. I want to become debt free. I want to experience whatever this financial freedom is. Like, let's do it. What's going to entail it? So it went pretty well, to say. I put everything on hold for a second. The first step, I'm not going to explain in detail of how you can do the steps in this video, but I'll explain them how they go. So the first step of the Dave Ramsey plan is have $1,000. This is your emergency fund. Now, I didn't even have this in my bank. I probably had $400 in my savings account on top of all the debt I had, because I could get a paycheck in and then I just spend it all and it would just be gone. So I had to save up $1,000, and this is a small emergency fund. And once I got that up, I went on to the next step, which is pay off all debt outside the home mortgage. Now, this was the tough one. Dave Ramsey uses something called the debt snowball, which will take your smallest amount of debt and you will put all money towards that, while all the others that are higher debts, you'll pay the minimums. So if you had a $50 credit card payment, you're going to pay that off first, and then you're going to throw all the money at that. Once that's off, you can then roll that money that you're now saving for that into the next one. Maybe it's a $500 credit card debt. You're going to throw that into that. So my consumer debts were done first, followed by my student loan. I was paying on my student loan throughout. I wasn't really throwing a lot at it, but it did get under my car payment one time. But then the highest was the car payment, about $16,000. That was the big one at the end. Altogether, it was probably about it was a little over 30,000, I believe, in debt. And it took me about a year and a half from work to get done. I had to sacrifice a lot of things, but once I paid off the car, I was debt free outside my home at that point, and it was one of the best feelings. I could not believe it. I couldn't believe I got at that point. And then when I got a paycheck in that month, I did not have to pay anything outside my home mortgage. I couldn't believe it. I had so much money that I could save, give, and invest. And that's kind of what I want to touch on in this channel and start talking about more, is about how millennials and younger generations and even older generations, we need to invest into our future and build wealth. It's not about just making more money or just having that, but it's about being financially free to do the things we couldn't do before. When I was in debt and had all that, I couldn't go out, I couldn't have fun, see friends, see family. I was just miserable. Like, there was so much negative with it, with just this debt hanging over you and how to pay it. How are you going to do it? How are you going to do it? Once you get it out of your life, it's amazing. The next step was baby step 3. This is where you save an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months. I saved up to the 6 months part because that's just what I wanted to do for the ease of my mindset. And it went pretty fast. I saved up in probably 7 months of what I needed to save for my income, and I had it there sitting. The next step is step 4, and this is the big one that I really want to talk about on this channel and something I want to grow into, and that's invest 15% of your income into retirement. I feel like this is a big topic that a lot of younger generation has problems with sometimes. We're not taught this a lot. We're not taught about investing money into Roth IRAs, traditional IRAs, 401ks, 403bs. This is the part where you're going to build wealth and build the future that you want for yourself later in life, whether it's with your family, friends, loved ones. This is what sets you up financially for the rest of your life. I'm not going to get into a lot of compounding interest in this video, but it's one of the, as Einstein says, 8 wonders of the world. When you can start saving at such a younger age, it will grow so much in the long run. And if we can start now and get financially sound now and not relying on debts to get us through life, you'll be so much better in the long run. A lot less stress. That's the biggest thing I can say, is that being financially free again has been just amazing. It's changed a lot in my life. A lot more things I can do, I can see, and I just want everyone, kind of experience it. Baby steps 4 and 5 kind of go together. The 5th one, saving for your kids' college. I don't have kids, so I kind of bypass this step, but it's another step you save so you can help your kids' college education if need be. That's one of the biggest topics, that's going around now, is the staggering amount of debt that kids come out of college or have to go to these colleges for so much, and they take out all these student loans, and it's a huge problem. It's not right sometimes. I'll discuss that as well in some other videos. But younger generation has to be mindful of is that this is something that's unbankruptable and will stick with you for your whole life, and it can just hold you down from doing so much you want to do in life. Baby step 6 is to pay off the house early. This is the step I actually am on, the Dave Ramsey plan, and I can't wait to do it. I've kind of been on a standstill at this step. That's just because a couple things have happened over the past year. I actually got an advance in my career field where that was last year, and I've been excited to be in it. It's been amazing. Love, the new job, and can't wait to see where it even takes me even further. And it's just, now that I've been settled into that job, I've been wanting to get it done, and I'm excited to be back at it. And that will be in part 2 of the video, where I'm going to explain kind of my route and how I want to get there. That's paying off my home again. 3 years is about the time I would like to pay it off. I would like to pay it off by the age of 35. That's just one of my goals I wanted, and I think it will be amazing to be completely debt-free and own a home at that age. And if I set my mind to it, I'm hoping that I can get there. And it's going to be a tough one again. I got to cut back on some things, but I'll explain kind of how the stuff I'm going to do in the next video as well. It's just been a crazy journey. I couldn't be happier about the things I've been able to do again. I've actually become in a relationship it's a long distance relationship, but it's been one of the greatest things that have been able to do. And I'm excited to see where that future holds. And I just want to share this story with other people and know that you're not alone, that everyone's it's so average to be in debt. And, I just wanted to be different. And I don't want to be in that complacent lifestyle sometimes where again, it was just tearing me down. I was becoming depressed and hating my job and, getting angry at the ones around me and just stressed out all the time. And, doing this plan just helped me get my focus and get in control of my money, stop making decisions that don't need to be made, cutting back on things and living under my means. It's helped out so much. And I can't wait to start now this YouTube journey with you, and I hope that you all join me on this. So now I know this was a longer first video start to my channel, but I kind of wanted to explain my journey. There will be a part 2 video of this, of where I am going now for my next goal, which will be shown in part 2, and that is to pay off the home. That is the goal in part 2. I will explain the timeline in the next video of how I'm going to try. It's going to be an interesting journey. This is the start of my channel. I hope you all enjoyed this first video. If you have any questions about anything, please leave a comment down below. And if you don't mind, please hit that like button. If you hit that like button and subscribe, you can know when the next videos are coming out on your YouTube page. Please, that will help out the channel a lot as well. Thank you very much, and I will see you next time.